Still smoking the toothpick. So, I was thinking about people that I've supported over the years. I'm glad that I didn't stick my neck too far out for these people, but at the same time, whatever. You know? We've been wrong before, right? You'll know them by their fruits. Jesus said that to his disciples. He said that because Jesus knew that there are a lot of liars in this world. And much like Satan deceived Eve, you have a lot of people pretending that they stand for God, pretending that they're more aware of things than everybody else. If they were truly aware of things, they wouldn't spend all of their time obsessing about a particular narrative, obsessing about certain aspects of things. The reason why I say this is because it's a bigger picture, okay? That's why I talk about the technology, but I know it's not just technology. And I know that it's not Steve Jobs' fault, and it's not Bill Gates' fault that things are the way that they are. You know? People chose technology. People chose the industries, okay? They could grow their own food, but they choose not to do that. They choose to go through a drive-thru. They could choose to read books. They could choose to have more well-rounded knowledge. They could choose not to hyper-focus on the things that they're hyper-focusing on. Everybody has choices, but they want to act like they don't. Just like you can choose whether or not you masturbate. You can choose whether or not you have sexual intercourse. You can choose whether or not you continue to stuff your face full of crap food. Okay? You choose the people that you interact with. You choose whether you give those people ammo. And I mean, it's crazy to me. Nobody has self-awareness anymore, man. Say what you want about me. Please, a word of advice. If you're gonna criticize me all the way. Just insult me. Just insult me. I don't want a compliment before the insult. Don't compliment me, bitch. Don't be a little bitch. Just fucking insult me. I just hate people that fucking backpedal. People that they can't just tell me straight, man. People are so afraid of hurting somebody's feelings. Trust me, honey, you ain't gonna hurt my feelings. I got too many feelings that you can hurt. You know? I really do. There's a lot of stuff that I can tolerate that a lot of people can't tolerate. Like I said, I'm a reptile inside of a reptile inside of yet another reptile. Alright? Working in the restaurant industry, I don't want to say I'm totally impervious to mean comments or anything like that, but pretty much impervious. Almost impervious. Maybe in a couple years I'll be indestructible. But it's just crazy to me. It's people will go online and they'll say something fucked up, right? And then they'll be so shocked that people react to it, or they'll be so shocked that people don't agree with it or whatever. It's I told y'all this already, okay? I used the N-word in a comedy bit at a black bar. A lot of people were mad. Yeah, I'm white. Of course they're gonna be mad about it. And I really didn't say it to prove that I could say it. I said it because I had a bit and I had a joke and all that shit. I also don't like to be told what to do. Thank you for the turn signal, Toyota. We really appreciate it. I don't like to be told what to do, so, more people told me not to say it, the more I felt inclined to say it. But, you know, there's certain people in the comedy scene that don't speak to me at all because of that. And, you know, it is what it is. I hate that saying, but it's true. For me to get offended or for me to get mad about that, I mean, I totally understand. Like, a lot of people don't like it when you're politically incorrect. Have you noticed that? Well, my thing is, I think it's totally hypocritical for people to complain about political correctness and then get offended by whatever offends them. You know what I mean? Like, so you have a problem with it whenever it doesn't impact you. And then whenever you feel like it's impacting you, then you backpedal and everything that you previously said doesn't seem to matter. Because, oh, this person offended you. Because you're so fucking special, you know? That's my issue with it. And it is ethno-narcissistic. But at the same time, like, I can see all sides of it. I'm probably the only person that can, because of the fact that I have this kaleidoscope in my brain that prevents me from being able to just focus on one thing. So it's like all over the place. It's funny, there was another comedian, like I was telling him about my schizophrenia, and he was like, oh, that just seems like ADHD, but like way more extreme. I'm like, exactly. I call it ADHD 5000. But, let's see what time it is here. Oh my God, you guys, look at this. Look at this. 1 minute late, y'all. Guess we're gonna have to sit in here and chat for another 10 minutes. It's funny. This manager sent me a message that says, we need catnip. That means weed. I kind of wish I had gotten that message, but thing is, I don't check my phone now. I definitely don't check it in time. And she tried to call me 30 minutes ago. No, I feel bad. I guess I could give her an edible or something. That's all I got. Well, I'm really trying not to smoke anymore because it's just not, it's not a positive thing for me. Because if I smoke, then I just feel guilty about it. And I really don't like feeling guilty. That's why I'm a Christian. So I can go to confession. I don't have to feel guilty anymore. I still have to get dressed. But I don't know. Oh, well, what were you talking about originally? You're talking about supporting people that aren't worth supporting. Yeah, but honestly, that's like everybody. I feel like everybody is totally inconsistent. Like, that's their problem. They're liars. They're hypocrites. Like, I don't think that they mean a quarter of what they say. And I don't think that people understand, like, how many people are controlled opposition, okay? And when we talk about controlled opposition, we're not just saying, like, okay, so Andrew Tate was doing this, okay, and that's a Freemason symbol. That doesn't mean that he's a Freemason. That means that he's being controlled, okay? But so, the whole point of him is so he can control all these other people that follow him. Like, that's what they don't understand. And it's the same thing with a lot of these people whose egos are being exploited. So, A lot of people that have podcasts and YouTube channels and Rumble accounts, and they have like their own separate thing going. Like, it's like they're all being controlled, but in order to be controlled, you don't have to actually like know your controller. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Because like, if they, and by they, I mean like the people that run the show, okay? If they know that like, okay, a lot of people are following Andrew Tate, or a lot of people are following this person that runs a podcast, or this political commentator that has this show or whatever, they know that they don't have to do anything. They just let that person like yak on Twitter, and their ego completely takes over. And then they think like, oh, look at me, like look at my numbers, like look at all the people following me, look at how popular I am, you know? It's like they just let these people be like whatever bullshit they think they are, because they're good at controlling the general public, because they have the general public convinced that they're this or that, you know? And then everybody's yakking about this fake ass person, this grifter or whatever the fuck, you know? I mean, they really underestimate like Satan in action, okay? Like the sorcery, like that is what this is. It's so they just have technology that's like the lead sorcerer, okay? And then all these people that are like, they think they have all this power. They think they have, you know, it's like a popularity contest, really. Yeah, man. No different than high school. Like, I know, this, I'm just repeating myself, and I'm sorry for that. I really hate that about myself. I wish I could just stop, but it's sad, though. It's very sad to me, like, how many people just love being manipulated. It's like the same thing that you see in relationships with somebody that refuses to leave somebody that treats them like shit. You know, I have several friends of mine in the same exact position. And then they have kids with the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, people don't learn from their mistakes. And like, I say this as a former raging alcoholic who's about to be approaching like 12 years of sobriety, God willing. Sobriety from alcohol, mind you. We're Colorado sober, okay? But it's just ridiculous to me. Like, I swear, like, if a lot of these people, if they just spent like a whole week off the internet, they would know exactly what I'm talking about. And they wouldn't want to go back on. Would they though? I mean, how many times, like, you thought that you were never going to drink again. Like, when you had that whole week of alcohol withdrawals, you were so convinced that you would never drink again. And then 4 months later, you got drunk again. Yeah. So, and the thing is, there's temptation everywhere. I mean, if you have temptation in your pocket, like, and that temptation is like, it convinces you that you need it, you know? Yeah, any addiction, man, any addiction. Like, I can't tell you how many times, like, I can't leave the house without weed. I can't leave the house without rolling up or, like, having a bowl packs or whatever the fuck. You know, because, like, I've gotten so accustomed to smoking weed that, like, I don't know how to function without it. Now, can I function without it? Yes, of course. But because it's part of my whole routine, I convince myself that like, if I don't have it, I'm just gonna, like, suffocate or some shit, you know? But it's the same thing with the phones, only with the phones, it's like 1,000 times worse. Because if it's an actual form of communication, which it is, then yeah, it's, God, I just want to kill myself. Anyway, don't kill yourself, because you can't listen to the band in hell. No, I can't. It's true. It's true. See, I don't really care if you like me or approve of anything that I say. I don't need your subscription. I don't need you to like the video, give me a thumbs up or heart the whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I mean, that's cool if you do that. I have to remind myself to do that. I'm like, you should like the comment, you know, like, but it's crazy to me, like, the number of people that just do that, like, automatically. They don't even think about it, dude. It's like people that use their turn signal unnecessarily. People that wear their seatbelt, they don't need to wear their seat. Well, you know, you're wearing everybody. Yeah. It's just like they train people like monkeys, man. They train them to do stuff that doesn't make sense, and then they do stuff that doesn't make sense automatically. So then stuff that does make sense, they have to really, really think about it. They have to strongly consider doing something that's actually logical, okay? Because this world is not a logical place. And because the world doesn't understand their emotions, really, really easy to control these motherfuckers. But anyway, I think I've yelled enough. Are you sure? Are you sure you've yelled enough? I feel like you could go another 5 minutes. Oh, but it's just frustrating, man. It's frustrating living in this stupid-ass world. It just keeps getting dumber and dumber. Like, every nanosecond, everything gets dumber. So yeah. Like, if you're suicidal, if you're depressed, you see it, okay? Don't feel bad. There's nothing wrong with wanting to kill yourself. Just don't kill yourself, okay? Just like there's nothing wrong with wanting to beat the shit out of people. Just don't beat the shit out of people. There's nothing wrong with wanting to drink yourself into extinction. Just don't drink yourself into extinction. Drink this holy water, okay? It's hot. It's hot because this car is hot. But nowhere near as hot as all these motherfuckers are gonna be for all eternity.